This is a quick introduction to a little model we call the Zoo on Tour model. In a zoo, there's lots of different animals. For instance, zebras, elephants, eagles, penguins, and seals, for instance. Now imagine that the zoo decided to go on a road trip to promote animal welfare. So we're going to gather these animals together and we're going to take them on the road. But rather than load them onto trucks, it's been decided that we're going to get them to make their own way from place to place. So off they go in a procession from the zoo gates. The gates open and on they go. But it's a disaster. The seals just can't keep up, too busy sunning themselves on the beach. And the eagles keep disappearing off into the distance. The penguins aren't much further ahead than the seals. The elephants are quite a way ahead, but the zebras are miles away, and the whole thing falls apart right from the start. Well, the zoo on tour is a metaphor. The zoo is, of course, a metaphor for our team. If we think of ourselves as individuals, then the team breaks down. As each of these animals did the thing, I have got to get to the next place, then acting as individuals, the team breaks down. And at best, the zoo can only travel as fast as the seals can shuffle because they're the slowest members. And the penguins can keep it up for a while, but they need to rest too. Everything grinds to a halt. However, in our teams, if the zoo, while it was on tour, used the eagles to scout a good route ahead so they could find an efficient way through to things, and the elephants carried the seals, and maybe the seals were juggling or entertaining people, and the zebras carried the penguins, because that would be quite funny as well if you could see them, then the zoo would travel much faster and more efficiently. And that would involve the seals and the penguins accepting help from the elephants and the zebras. And the elephants carrying the seals, well, they're really heavy. They're much heavier than penguins, but then the elephants can carry more. So they're helping in a way that's appropriate to their skills, their attributes. So we can use this as a metaphor for us if we allocate tasks to people's strengths. If we help other people who have a weakness when we have a strength in the same area. And if we have a weakness, we accept help from people who have a strength in that area. Not least because that can help us out, but equally we might be able to learn from them and develop ourselves too. And if we recognise that individual contributions are important to the whole, although they may differ, so the penguin's contribution is just as much as the eagles or the elephants, they just contribute in a different way. And if we did all of these things, then our teams would metaphorically travel much faster and more efficiently too.